Welcome back, legendary ones, to the Legendary Lives, the home of heroes, conquerors, and timeless stories that shaped our world. If you love tales of courage, rebellion, and glory, then you're in the right place. Before we begin today's epic story, make sure to subscribe to the Legendary Lives like this video, and share it with your friends who love history, because today we uncover the tale of one of the bravest souls who ever lived. Spartacus, the slave who defied the might of Rome itself. More than 2,000 years ago, in the powerful era of the Roman Republic, a man rose from chains to challenge an empire. His name was Spartacus, and his name would echo through history as the symbol of freedom against tyranny. Born around 111 BC in Thrace, a land of rugged mountains and fierce warriors, what is now part of modern-day Bulgaria, Spartacus was not born into nobility or wealth. Instead, he grew up amid hardship, training as a soldier and learning the art of war under the very system that would later enslave him. In his early years, Spartacus served in the Roman auxiliary forces, fighting for the empire's glory. But somewhere along the way, his loyalty turned to resistance. Some say he deserted, others say he was captured in rebellion. Either way, Rome's punishment was severe. Spartacus was stripped of his freedom and sold as a slave, eventually taken to the Gladiator school in Capua, one of the bloodiest training grounds in the ancient world. There, in the harsh heat of the arena, he was trained to fight, kill, and die for the amusement of Roman citizens. But unlike many others, Spartacus was not broken. Beneath his scars burned a sharp mind and an unshakable will. He watched, waited, and dreamed of the one thing every slave longed for: freedom. That dream became reality in 73 BC, when Spartacus and about 70 fellow gladiators decided they would rather die fighting than live enslaved. Using kitchen knives and stolen swords, they overpowered their guards and escaped the gladiator barracks. Fleeing into the countryside near Mount Vesuvius, they began the greatest slave uprising in Roman history. What began as a small rebellion soon grew into a full-scale revolution. Word spread across Italy, and thousands of slaves, farmers, and oppressed laborers joined Spartacus' cause. His rebel army swelled to over 100,000 men and women, united not by power or wealth, but by the hope of freedom. From 73 BC to 71 BC, Spartacus led his forces with incredible skill. He defeated Roman legions again and again, using clever ambushes and daring strategies. He wasn't fighting to conquer Rome, he was fighting to return his people to their homelands. Spartacus treated his followers with fairness and respect, refusing to harm innocent lives. Even his enemies admitted he fought with honor. But Rome, humiliated and furious, would not allow a slave to embarrass its legions. The Senate turned to one of its richest and most ruthless men, Marcus Licinius Crassus, to end the rebellion. Crassus built a massive army, surrounding Spartacus' forces and cutting off their supplies. The final battle came in 71 BC, near the Silarus River in southern Italy. Knowing the end had come, Spartacus refused to surrender. Ancient historians wrote that he killed his own horse before the fight, declaring, "If I am victorious, I shall have plenty of Roman horses. If I am defeated, I have no need of one." Then, with sword raised high, he charged into the heart of the Roman army. He fought fiercely, slashing through waves of soldiers, trying to reach Crassus himself. Even when wounded, he continued to fight until he was surrounded and struck down. No one ever found Spartacus' body. Some say it was lost among the fallen. Others believe his spirit rose from the battlefield, free at last. After his death, 6,000 of his captured followers were crucified along the Appian Way, their bodies lining the road from Capua to Rome. It was meant to be a warning, but instead it became a monument to courage. The rebellion was crushed, yet Spartacus' name refused to die. For centuries afterward, he was remembered not as a criminal, but as a hero, a man who fought for the right of every human being to live free. From revolutionaries to philosophers, his name became a symbol of defiance, courage, and hope. Even today, more than 2,000 years later, in AD 2025, the world still remembers him. His story has been told in books, films, and legends, but the truth remains timeless. Spartacus was not a conqueror, not a king, but a man who believed that freedom was worth any price. He stood against the greatest power of his age, and though he fell, his spirit rose higher than Rome itself. Spartacus proved that no empire, no chain, no sword could ever destroy the will of a free man. And that is why, through every century and every age, his name still burns like fire. Spartacus, the slave who defied an empire. If you were inspired by this legendary story, then don't forget to subscribe to the Legendary Lives, like this video, and share it with others who love true stories of courage and greatness. And now, it's your turn. Tell us in the comments below, which legend should we bring to life next? Maybe a fearless Viking, a mysterious Egyptian pharaoh, or a samurai who changed history forever? Your idea might be the next story we tell here on the Legendary Lives, where heroes never die and their stories live forever.